I sold 2 watches to a guy who only wanted to buy 1. He wired me the money, I shipped it out, along with a second watch he never asked for. And then he bought that one too. Most people think flipping is about finding deals. It's not. It's about psychology. Getting your product into someone's hands before they've decided to buy it. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact tactic that I use to double my sales without ever feeling like I'm selling anything. So here's what happened. I'm in a bunch of private dealer chats in WhatsApp, Facebook, all these different places. These are groups where watch guys buy and sell to each other. High trust environments. Everyone knows each other, and back in November, I bought a Batgirl for myself in one of those chats. For those who don't know, the Batgirl is a Rolex GMT Master 2 with a blue and black bezel on a Jubilee bracelet. The Batman is the same watch, but it's on an oyster bracelet. I already had a Batman, but I wanted to try the Jubilee bracelet and a Batgirl. I actually bought this one because I watched a YouTube video. Some guy wore it around for 2 days and said it was the best watch he ever owned. So I figured, all right, let me see what all the hype is about. I paid $17,000 for a 2024 model. It was in great shape, box and papers. The seller had a few watches. I was already buying something else from him, and I just said, hey, throw that one in too, and I negotiated a solid price for it. I wore it maybe 4 or 5 times, different events, random days, and honestly, I loved it. The Jubilee fits different than the Oyster, a little bit more comfortable but dressier. But eventually, it just sat in my safe. And this is where I start thinking like a flipper. About a month later, another opportunity pops up in one of my dealer chats. Fully stickered 2021 Batgirl. Now, when I say fully stickered, I mean this thing was pristine. When you buy from an authorized dealer, they have to peel off the protective stickers that are on the watch. But sometimes they leave them on. Some people never wear that watch and keep the stickers on. It just sits in a safe. It's something I call a safe queen. This one had the barcode sticker on the side, the caseback sticker, the dial sticker, the clasp sticker with the red sticker still on it. Absolutely immaculate and probably never worn. I bought it for $17,250. So now I've got 2 Batgirls, one worn and one stickered. And my plan was simple. Keep one in stock and sell the other one when an opportunity comes, and then maybe replace it and repeat over and over and over again. If I can flip that Batgirl 10 times and make $500 each time, that's $5,000. And then the opportunity came way faster than I expected. I saw a message pop up in one of these chats. A buyer, connected guy, works with private collectors, says he's looking for a Batgirl for one of his clients. So I shoot him photos of both of the watches that I have, the 2021 that's stickered and the 2024. I marked them up about $500 each. The 2024 I priced at $17,300 and the stickered one $17,800. Total across both $35,100. And that's when we start going back and forth. Which one's in better shape? Which one should he get for his client? What's the positives? Can you send me photos, more details? How does it run? All of those things. And then he says something that changes my whole approach. He tells me the client's in construction. He's going to wear this thing every day. Now here's where most people make the wrong decision. Most sellers would just say, great, buy the worn one. It's cheaper, it's already been worn, perfect for daily use, done deal, move on. But I'm thinking, this guy's a collector. The buyer himself collects watches. As we were talking, I found out he loves his own collection too. I know his type because I am his type. And I know that if I can get both watches in his hands, physically in front of him, there's almost no chance he sends one back. So I pull a marketing and sales move. He ended up buying the 2021 stickered for me for $17,800. And when he started sending those messages about the guy being in construction and possibly wanting one that's already worn, I was literally in my car driving from my house where I picked up the watch to the office to ship it out. And then I turned around. I drove back home, grabbed the second watch, and I sent him a voice note. Look, here's what we're gonna do. You already wired me the money for the one watch. I'm just gonna ship you both. You can look at them side by side, see which one you like better, and just wire me for the second one if you want it, and if you don't, then just ship it back to me. He says, all right, sounds good, ship them both to me, that works. Now watch what happens next. 5 minutes later, I'm not even back in my office yet, he messages me again and says, you know what, I'll probably just keep them both, I'm sure I can find a second person to take it. I knew it. A collector gets 2 beautiful Batgirls in his hands, one pristine with stickers and one ready to wear that's in great shape, but it's a low price, there's no way those are coming back to me. The next day, he received both of those watches, and sure enough, he sent me a message back and said, I don't know what you did, but there's no way these are coming back. He wired the money that same day. Just over $35,000 hit my account in 24 hours. One for the first watch, and then the next day, one for the second. So here's the breakdown. Watch 1, 2024, needs a slight polish to retail. It's a little bit worn. I bought it for $17,000, sold it for $17,300, profit $300. Watch 2, 2021, fully stickered, pristine mint condition. Bought for $17,250, sold $17,800. Profit $550. Now, you might be thinking, $850, that's it? And yeah, on $17,000 watches, that's not a massive margin, but here's what you're missing. I wasn't trying to hit a home run. I was just trying to stay in the game. These watches move, I can replace them. In fact, I was already eyeballing replacements before the money even hit my bank account. I found one at $15,500 with no papers and another one at $16,600 with papers but no box. And I can find a box for about $200. The guy even messaged me after he got them, said, amazing sales tactics. You send a collector 2 beautiful watches, there's no way I'm sending these back. And here's the thing, this isn't just a watch strategy. I do this with everything that I flip. Watches, beef, real estate, it doesn't really matter. And there are 3 principles here that'll change how you think about selling anything. Lesson number 1, get it in their hands. Listen, people don't buy what they see, they buy what they hold. When that collector had 1 watch in front of him, he was making a decision. When he had 2 watches in front of him, he had options. He had the ability to keep them both or send them back, and there was no pressure to have them show up and be right there on his desk. If you can get them on the desk, they're likely to keep them. He went from, should I buy this, to should I keep both? And maybe, which one do I like more? And then he's gonna sell his retail client one and keep the other. That's a completely different psychological game. Here's the universal principle. If you can get your product into somebody's hands physically, in their space, in their life, the sale is 80% done. The hard part isn't closing, the hard part is getting it there. When I started selling beef, I'd give away a pound of ground beef for free just to get it in their fridge or their freezer, because I knew once they tasted it, they never would buy store-bought grocery store beef again, ever. All right, lesson number 2. Loss leaders create lifetime customers. Here's what nobody tells you about flipping at scale. When I sell a half beef now, I give away a free chest freezer. $180 to $200 freezer, I just give it to them. And I slap a magnet on it with my farm logo, my phone number, my email. That freezer sits in their garage every day. Every time they open it, they see my brand. And here's the psychology. Once you have a chest freezer in your garage, you want to fill it. You need to fill it. So they come back again and again and again. That $180 to $200 loss turns into thousands of dollars of repeat business. The principle? Sometimes the best investment isn't in the product you're selling, it's in the infrastructure that keeps customers coming back. That freezer isn't a cost, it's a customer acquisition tool. What's your version of the chest freezer? What can you give away that locks in future business? In this case, it was just simply shipping a second watch, and maybe he buys both and he's gonna remember me for a long time. Lesson number 3, always have the replacement lined up. Before I even shipped those watches, I was already looking at my next Batgirl. I found one at $15,500 and another one at $16,600. I'm letting them sit for a few days, don't want to seem too eager, so I can negotiate down to maybe low 16,000s on that second one. Here's why this matters. I never feel desperate to hold on to a deal because I know I can replace it, and I need to be able to replace it at or lower than what I paid for the one that I'm sending out. Most people grip too tight. They overprice because they're scared to let go. They wait too long trying to squeeze out an extra few $100, and sometimes they lose the whole deal. When you know you can replace your inventory, you sell with confidence. You're not attached, you're not emotional, you're just moving product. The goal wasn't to maximize profit on this deal, it's to never lose and to keep the machine running and do more and more and more, because that's where the big profits are. Look, if you want the complete flipping system that I use for real estate, the conversations, finding deals, negotiating, the talk tracks, all of that stuff, I've put everything inside 7-Figure Flipping. It's designed for real estate, but these principles, they work on everything. Watches, cars, planes, beef, everything with arbitrage opportunity. The link's in the description, you can check it out there. Here's the bottom line. Flipping isn't just about finding undervalued assets. It's about understanding how people make decisions and positioning yourself so the sale happens almost automatically. Get it in their hands. Give them something that keeps them coming back, and always, always, always have the next deal ready before you close this one. And speaking of getting product into people's hands, next week I'm breaking down how I flip beef, actual cows. I'm talking about buying livestock, processing it, and selling direct to consumers. And the chest freezer strategy I just mentioned, that's just the beginning. After that, I've got a plane flip coming up that nearly gave me a heart attack. And then I'm taking you inside a mobile home deal that turned into one of the wildest negotiations I've ever had. So if you're serious about learning how to flip anything, watches, houses, cars, planes, literal cows, hit the subscribe button right now. I'm dropping a new flip story every single week, and every single one teaches you a framework you can apply to your own deals. Drop a comment and tell me what's something you'd never think to flip that actually has crazy margins. I want to hear some weird ones. I'll see you in the next video.